Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's baking blog. Today I'm going to make a plum crumble cake. So this is a pastry type cake basically, with a thick pastry base that rises up a little bit because of baking powder, with a layer of stewed plums over the base, and then a crumble put onto the top and baked. It's an Italian style cake known as Sbriciolata, and it comes in various flavours. So it's not a difficult recipe, but it does take a bit of time because we need to cook the plums, and I'm going to cook mine down until they're very jam-like almost. I'm not using a lot of sugar, but I want to cook out quite a lot of the moisture, and then the extra time is also taken for making the pastry and then the baking. So I'll go on to the ingredients, and for this I have 400 grams, which is 2 2/3 cups based on scooping packed flour into a 250 milliliter cup of plain flour. I have 120 grams, 8.5 tablespoons of soft or room temperature unsalted butter. I have 150 grams, 3/4 of a cup of caster sugar, 2 medium eggs, which would be large in the USA, 16 grams, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1.5 grams, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and the zest of 1 lemon. And the zest of the lemon is optional really. That's going into my pastry or my cake mixture. And then for the fruit, I have here 600 grams of plums, which I've taken the stones out of, or the pits, however you want to call them, and I have chopped them into pieces. And I also have 75 grams, 6 tablespoons of caster sugar, and the juice of 1 lemon. So that's all the ingredients, and the first thing to do is to cook the plums with the sugar and the lemon, so that we can get those into a bowl and allow them to cool down, ready to fill our plum crumb cake or crumble cake. And to do that, I've put my sugar into a pan along with my lemon juice and the plums. Whoops. And I'm simply going to put those onto the heat, bring them up to a simmer and cook them gently until they're very soft and most of the liquid that is released has evaporated. And you actually don't need to watch that happen, because that's just going to take 5 or 10 minutes, and I will come back once I have cooked these and I've got them to my liking. So I've cooked my plums and they've cooked quite nicely, reduced down quite a lot, and they've begun to thicken up a little bit. They will thicken up more, almost like a jam consistency, as it cools down completely. So I'm going to put that into a bowl. And I'm going to leave it until it is completely cooled down. And as the cooling down period comes to an end, I will come back and we will make the pastry or the dough for the crumble cake. My plum filling has now cooled down and it has thickened up a little bit. So I now have my oven preheating to 190 degrees Celsius. That's 170 Celsius with a fan, 375 Fahrenheit. So I'll go on to make the pastry or the dough. And to do this, I'm going to put my sugar into a larger bowl, and then I'm going to just put the zest into the sugar, and I'm just going to rub that between my fingers to get that the oils from the lemon zest released a little bit. And then I'm going to put my salt into that and my flour and the baking powder, and I'm going to give that a mix around just to get those combined a little bit. And I've beaten my eggs just a little bit, and I'm going to put those in as well, and then my butter too, and I'm going to mix those together until it all forms a crumble. And you can do it by hand, but I like to start off with my dough hook because I don't like getting my fingers all gunged up. And then as the egg gets absorbed into the flour, I'll use my hands as well to help rub the butter in until we have a nice crumbly mixture that's clumping together a little bit. So with that mixed in a little bit, I'm just going to use my fingers to rub the butter in until I have that crumbly mixture. And there I have a nice crumbly mixture, and I've cut that in a little bit with a knife. So I'm going to take half of that mixture and put it into a 9-inch tart tin, or you could use a 9-inch springform pan, and I have greased and floured that, and I've put some parchment paper on the bottom. So there I have about half of it, half my mixture, and I'm going to spread that over the base, and then I'm going to press it down and just make a little rim around the edge as well. So I'm just using the back of a spoon to press it down. And I've made a little rim around the edge. And then I'm going to take my filling and I'm going to put that onto the base. and spread that over. And as you can see, that's rather jam-like now. I have a little bit left over, but as I always say in these instances, that will go into my porridge tomorrow. So with that spread over like that, I'm going to take my remaining crumble mixture and I'm going to sprinkle that over the top, making sure I put some all the way around the edge so that I can press that down onto the edge of the base. And with that on the jam like that, I'm going to just press my fingers around the edge. Like that. And then I'm going to pat it down a little bit, not too heavy handed. Just like that. And I'm going to put that into the oven and I'm going to bake it for 35 to 40 minutes until it browns nicely on the top. Then I'll take it out of the oven and I'm going to leave it in the tin for 15 to 30 minutes so that it can firm up a little bit. Then I'll take it out of the tin and put it onto a wire rack and allow it to cool down. And once it's cooled down, I'll come back, show you the results and we'll have a taste. I baked the plum crumble cake for 40 minutes and it browned nicely on the top. So I took it out of the oven and left it in the tart tin for about 20 minutes. Then I transferred it to a wire rack. I've now cut a slice, so I'll show you what it looks like. And as you can see, it's baked up very nicely. The base is baked all the way through, as is the top. So I'll have a taste of the slice which I've cut. Very, very nice. The base is cooked all the way through. It's lovely and soft. Then you've got the tartness with a little bit of sweetness in the plums, and then the crunch of the crumble topping as well. So I've made a couple of these in the past. I've made one with apple and one with mincemeat. You can use any fruit you want. But that's going to be it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. And if you have, please give me the thumbs up below and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen, there'll be an eye that you can click on and that will take you to a link for the recipe. And I'll put a link below the video as well. And I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.